my best friends is fixing to turn 60, and we're throwing a little birthday party for him. He's just like all of us. He doesn't need anything, and if he did, he'd go buy it himself. But hey, let's make him something. He's got a 32 Ford, and he's been kidding around with me about making him a hood and hood sides. Well, let's just skip the hood sides for now, and let's make him a hood. I've got this scrap piece of metal or scrap piece of aluminum left over from a hood that we did for one of Elvis Presley's, yes, the singer, a restoration project on his midget that's in the museum. So we made the hood, and we had to make the punch the louvers in it. So we wanted to make sure that the radius for that we made was okay to punch louvers in. So we punched one louver in the tail end of the hood that we cut off. So what I'm going to do with this is I've got an outline here, and I've got to get a tape measure and measure it, make sure it's all good and everything. But I'm trying to center it up with that one louver because the rest of it's kind of messed up if we don't. We're going to punch some louvers in this and put a bead roll down the side of it and make a hood for my buddy for his 60th birthday. It's just going to be wall art. We're going to paint it the color of his car and maybe put some pinstriping on it. So hey, let's get to work. So first what we need to do is pop a line off the center of this louver, 3 3/4. And we're going to move this one over just a tad. I see the residue right there. I need to move it over about a 1/4 inch. Let's open this one up just a hair. All right, let's make sure our front line is straight. All right, I think we're square. We're gonna punch some more louvers down here, and we're gonna carry these up. We're gonna paint this thing yellow, but let's get it cut out first, and then we can go from there. All right, so all I'm doing right here, it's already got that curved shape to it, but it's not in a pie shape or an angle. So I'm giving the edges a little tweak. To give it that 32 shape. Notice I've got it in here at an angle. And I'm trying to keep the center as flat as I can so that it'll hold the louvers. All right, there's some trimming I need to do on the edges. I left it long just so I can sand it. All right.
All right, so now we just need to tweak it around a little bit so it'll sit flat and go up against the wall good. I'll probably go ahead and do that over in the roller. All right, now I need to trim up these edges, sand them down in it, and it'll hang on the wall of his shop. We can even put some, key rings on it where he can hang keys. That'd be kind of cool. Scratching the idea of putting a bead roll and a bend along the bottom because I just don't have enough room. I went ahead and cleaned up the backside and I scuffed the entire thing down, and then I used some wax and grease remover on it. So now I was thinking I'd leave it bare and go ahead and pinstripe it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint it the color of his car and then do a little bit of pinstriping and keep the pinstriping simple. So let's do that. You're probably gonna hate me for painting it because it sure is cool, aluminum, but let's see what it looks like painted. All right, so this is the product that I'm using. It's the U-Pole brand. It's the first time I've seen the U-Pole paints for sale at a big box store, so I kind of got excited. And then I saw the price, and then I really got excited. Just the paint alone, I could have took him out to dinner at a nice steakhouse. All right, let's get this thing painted and move on to the pinstriping. I'm gonna tell you what, that laid down slick for some rattle can primer. I was impressed. It had a nice fan to it. Make sure I didn't miss any spots. And we're ready for some yellow. So far, I like the product. All right, so we've got some gloss yellow. I hope this stuff is pretty and it's not safety yellow, but we'll see. All right, let's not rush it. That's one coat. We'll wait till that tacks and we'll hit it again. All right, there we go. That's 4 coats. No runs, no drips, no errors, no sanding in between coats, and all out of a rattle can. I'm very impressed with the little rattle can. This is not a paid sponsored ad or anything like that, but it kept me from having to break open a bunch of paints. All right, we're gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna come back and hit these louvers and maybe the sides with a little bit of pinstriping. And it'll be a really cool piece of garage art for my old buddy's 60th birthday. If you're watching, happy birthday. Well, what started out to be a gag gift ended up becoming a pretty cool wall art. I opted out on a few things. 1, time. 2, poor planning in the beginning because I was using a piece of scrap. The scrap didn't allow me to do a few things that I really wanted to do. Plus, the miniature size of it didn't allow me to do a couple things that I wanted to do. Like, I didn't have enough room to put the body reveal down the side and curl it under. And I actually didn't have really that much room to do either one, or it would have made the hood side too small going down through here. But hey, you get the gist of it. I walked in the house and I showed my wife. She said, hey, that's a 32 Ford hood. That's all I needed to hear. Anyway, it's cool.
It's thick, it's heavy duty, it's got louvers in it, and it's the color of his car. Hey, and that's what he wanted. He wanted a louvered hood for a 32 Ford. He didn't say how big. But anyway, because it's wall art, I whipped up a little bracket, wrote happy birthday on it, signed the back of the hood, and now look here. We put the bracket on, screw it to the wall, and if you don't slam the door because you're mad at the carburetor, then it ought to stay up there for a pretty good while, hanging up in the shop. Clean, simple, didn't have anything to throw away. I built it, and I didn't spend any money doing it, just a little bit of time. Just to go to show you, get out in the garage and go build something. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you got something out of it. Now go make your friend something, or make yourself something, or make a sandwich. A sandwich sounds good. Yeah. Barbecue sandwich.